ringside of Hard Rock Stadium in South Florida. Today, a good battle in the AFC. It's the LA Chargers and the Miami Dolphins.
Please welcome your 2026 Miami Dolphins.
Mike Tirico next to the great tight end, Greg Olsen. Glad you are joining us for this one. And off we go from South Florida. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's one of them. He just brings an element of confidence. Everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
First and 10 at the
Terrific starter there.
line.
Gain of 15 and a first down.
When we met with these coaches during the week, Mike, they told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early, and we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's now second and
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process. For a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where there's receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 10 yards. Good for a Dolphins first down.
First and 10 at the
And they certainly don't waste any time getting him involved, and we knew coming in that he would be a part of the game plan, but if this is a sign of things to come, he could be in store for a big game.
They'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down. They got him back at the 50-yard line.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Out of the shotgun, they give it to Williams. And he's going to be taken down, but not until he reaches the 20-yard line. Now, after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Here's Brown. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, they're able to get you down for a loss.
And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game.
Still second down.
Hill brought in motion. He'll look to throw. A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
Throwing now on third and long. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I think it's a smart play, especially this early in the game. I don't think you want to start forcing throws, take any unnecessary risks, allow your team to get settled in, don't have any sudden change turnovers. So I think in the end there, he made the right move.
His kick is good. And the Dolphins are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good positive result.
Points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. So here come the Chargers, the offense getting set to come out. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
You know, Mike, it's kind of become cliche. You know, these guys come onto the field and we say, hey, you got to defend every blade of grass. They can make every throw, but that's exactly the case anytime this guy's lined up behind center. And the amount of stress that it puts on your pass defense, on your secondary to know, I got to defend sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, no matter where that ball is snapped. That's a tall task, and they're going to have to mix up coverages and be really sound on the back end, or this guy can really kill you.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 4. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he's going to be out of bounds right around midfield. 15-yard pickup there. It's good for a Charger first down.
So think back to earlier in the week, Mike, and they told us they want to get him going here early and often. So I'd expect plenty of passes his way as this game unfolds.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often. So that might be his first target, but I don't think it's going to be his last. This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, and he'll pick his way forward. A gain of about 5. And that's going to set up third down.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
Open man, left side, he's got it. Second time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards.
Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike. So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it.
Gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
3rd down and 9. Back to throw. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
Dicker's kick is good. And the Chargers will tie the game at 3 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
Field goals for both sides on their opening possessions. 3-3 as this one's kicked away. This is fielded inside the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Dolphins offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with 1st down. But that's going to be incomplete.
So there's a sense of urgency with these RPOs, especially in the NFL game, because your linemen, they're thinking it's a run, so you can't allow them to get downfield. So that's where this quick decision-making from the quarterback is so critical, and the timing of this one just wasn't quite right and falls incomplete.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Here's 3rd and 2. Going to try to pick up the 1st down with his own read. And that's going to be enough to move the chains. 1st down, up past the 35.
A gain of 4 yards.
The advantage to this play call, Mike, is as an offense, you now can account for 1 extra defensive player. In this case, it's the quarterback reading the end. He goes after the running back. He pulls it, keeps it himself, picks up the 1st down.
They'll run here with Brown. And he'll take this up past the 40. Pick up a 5.
Taken down at the 41. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 4. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
Back in the day, Mike, you know how they decided who played offense and who played defense? The guys who caught the ball better played offense, and the guys who couldn't play defense. And now, that's obviously not the case anymore. But this is one of those that still gives defensive players a bad rap.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. A gain there of 10 yards. First down, Miami.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on third down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
45-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Ball placed at the 45 for second and 5. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
6 yards to go.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He'll take a shot here, back to the end zone. That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot, and now it is fourth down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. And he's going to have a Dolphins first down. Going to have it by plenty. Huge gainer on fourth down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
On the ground, it's Brown. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical, right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
Here's a first carry to their running back, and that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
And that is incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on fourth down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3?
That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on fourth and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down.
These are the situations where as an offense, you're trying to dial up your best play call to make sure this possession doesn't get wasted. But let's give credit to the defense. Big moment, big fourth down opportunity, and they're able to get off the field.
Now, faking the give. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays, but I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. Yeah! And he's out of bounds up beyond the 15-yard line. Give him 13 on that screen play and a first down.
How often do we see, Mike, the running back, they get a little too antsy and they go a little too fast on these screen plays. In this case, great job by the back. First, he let his offensive lineman go out. He then follows behind. That's the key to a good screen play.
Going up top. That is hard. And he is taken down. A big gain on that one. Great way for them to end this opening quarter. It's the Chargers with the football to begin this second quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. That's complete. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
They'll run on 2nd down. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on 3rd down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in 3rd down. I want to get all of my conversions on 1st and 2nd down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
He'll drop to throw. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
You know, it's really surprising to see him, of all people, let that one go. You just don't see him drop many balls. I mean, really, regardless of the circumstance. So, yes, there was contact. Yes, they timed it up perfectly, but typically that's a ball he's able to hold on to.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
So Jim Harbaugh will make the move for the field goal unit. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. Dicker's kick is good. And the Chargers will take a 6-3 lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense and their running back set to go once more. They send a receiver in motion left. Down the field, it's caught on that left sideline. And he's going to be running out of bounds, but not until he gets down to the 40-yard line.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
It's a big play there for Miami. 33 yards. They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. They run over center with Williams. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball. It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Chargers offense ready to come back out for this next possession. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That is a big play for LA. 31 yards.
This guy has just such a knack for getting open, Mike, and whenever they're looking for that big play, he's usually one of the guys at the top of the progression, and it's pretty easy to see why.
From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Throwing now from the gun. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
He's going to wish he had that one back. I think his receiver got behind the defense, Mike, and had a lot of room to run, but he just put a little too much on it, and they're not able to connect.
Third and 10. This pass caught right side. It's Allen. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down.
It's a gain of 17
and what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
And it's going to be first and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
Chargers, first down.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
They will not get this one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Offense. Still first down.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's first and goal. Following the penalty, they'll run it, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits. What do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal?
So push back to the 11-yard line for second and goal. A look to the end zone, and it's broken up. Incomplete. There was no space, no separation that time. And that's going to bring it to third and goal.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
Throwing here on third and goal. And that is incomplete.
There isn't much room for error when operating inside the red zone. The field is really condensed. Those throwing windows become a lot tighter and forces your quarterback to make some really highly contested throws. And as we just saw, those aren't always going to go your way.
Three for three in the game, as this one is also good. And the Chargers will extend their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. Drive begins with a run by Williams. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Now they'll set up to throw. The outside, that's caught by Hill. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 21
A gain there
yards.
of 21.
That's
good for a Dolphins first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Tackle made at his 48-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
From the 48-yard line, here's second and 8. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They'll go again here with Williams. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down.
At the 50-yard line. A 2-yard pickup brings up third and 6.
They'll look to throw. That's caught by Hill. And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the first down.
It's a gain of 8. And the Dolphins, first down. First and 10.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. A pickup there of 19 yards. First down, Miami.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up, I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
He'll step up and run.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. Quick throw, taken in. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal for his team.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
10-yard line.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to Miami after this. We'll go again here from the 10-yard line. 2nd down and goal. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That one taken in. Dolphins.
Where you make your mark in the NFL playing quarterback, Mike, is anyone can operate from a clean pocket. But how good are you when that thing gets a little muddy? And this is an NFL-type throw. You're down here. You're looking for a touchdown tight in the red zone. You're in the face of pressure. You've got to hold it for just an extra second to let that route come open. Not everybody can do that. In this case, he hangs in there, delivers it on the money, and comes away with a big touchdown.
Now, for the point after. He knocks it through. And the Dolphins will go up by a point here in the 2nd quarter.
Chargers 9.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he'll be run out of bounds. That's a good gain on first down. They pick up 7 yards.
In a lot of offenses, Mike, these quick passes to the wide receivers really fall under the run category. Of course, they're going to go down as a forward pass, but to a lot of offensive coordinators in the league, It's a lot easier to pick up first and second down yardage on these quicks than it is to turn around and hand it off to your running back and count on blocking it.
And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Gain of 9 yards.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
Back to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Quick throw, out wide, it's caught, and he gets him 6 yards closer before going out of bounds. It's third down coming up.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
They'll throw here on third and short yardage. And that is incomplete.
Well, here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a third and very reasonable. Incomplete on that third down try. Now brings up fourth and short.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Dolphins offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with first and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this second down play.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1.
Complete.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
Now a third and 2. Too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
And barring an aggressive decision here on fourth down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single first down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
Going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Chargers offense going to take over just before the half. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll try to set up the screen here. And he'll be ridden out of bounds after a gain of 6.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
He'll find an open man. It's Allen. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds and stop the clock as well.
And that first down was huge for this offense. Now they can take a deep breath. Focus on trying to put a late scoring drive together before we hit the halftime break.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. He'll try to hit him with a screen. And that one's just too long to get going. They'll come up and stop him before the lineman could get out to lead the way.
2nd and 10 at the 30.
So it is a one-point game here at the half as we check in with Scott Hansen for our halftime report. Scott.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We'll see if adjustments at halftime change the course of this one, likely to play a big role in who's going to walk away with a W. Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A one-point game as quarter 3 begins. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line, and that's where the offense will take over. The Chargers offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Here's a run to begin this third quarter. The defense stringing them out. No gain back to the original line of scrimmage.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That one incomplete. Good job as textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
And with nothing open downfield, he tries to find something underneath, but give credit to this secondary, Mike. I mean, they had everything covered up, and this one ends up just falling incomplete.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Catch made there by Allen. He'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain, and that'll set up 4th down.
So barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it looks like this is going to be a 3 and out. So this offense has to get to the sideline and regroup, figure out what went wrong, fix it, because they've got to be able to maintain possession the next time out.
This brought in out past the 20. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Dolphins offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. Give, it's Williams. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
He was brought down at the 26. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and
9. So, from the 26-yard line, here is 2nd down and 9. Throw here down the field. will fall incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Hill brought in motion. On third down, they'll throw from the gun. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. They get 21 on that one. Good for a Dolphins first down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Chargers' 49-yard line.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 6. Now, faking the give. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
And 6 yards to go.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
He'll drop to throw. That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on fourth. Gonna give the ball over on down. The Chargers offense about ready to take over once more. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. The tight end going in motion to the left. Drive will start on the ground. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, LA.
And this special connection between this quarterback and his receivers, it was on full display right there. Great job getting behind the defense, and then what can you say about that ball? I mean, you can't put that ball in a better spot, and with timing and accuracy like that, leads to 6.
And now, after the big play, got to cut that celebration short. because they're going to stay out and go for two.
The Chargers will line up.
They'll try to pick this up with a run. And he gets in for the two-point conversion. And the lead bumps up to 7.
Dolphins 10.
Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. This fielded at about the 9. The Dolphins offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. To throw here to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick first down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
A carry here for Brown. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
Give them 14 on that one. First down, Miami.
First down.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
And he is out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
16
That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A first down.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Not much happening there. Just a short gain.
Josiah Stewart on the stop. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Chargers' 29-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
We've seen a little bit of a transformation across the defensive tackle position. And what I mean, Mike, is years ago, they were on the interior of the line to stuff the run. They were big bodies taking up space. Now, not only do you have to defend the run, you have to be able to win one-on-one matchups and get to the quarterback.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
Gain of 23 yards.
It is a gain of 23 yards, and now they'll have 4 shots at it. It's first and goal.
At the 9-yard line.
Ball resting on the 9. First down and goal. They'll run. It's Williams. And he's got another one. Touchdown, Miami. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon. kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Not going for 2, they'll kick the point after. His kick is good, and the Dolphins will come back to tie things at 17. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Chargers offense and their big play wide out getting set for their next possession. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He's got it! And he will take this one in. 73 yards. Touchdown, Chargers. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
The extra point try forthcoming. He's got it, and the Chargers will go up by 7.
Chargers 24, Dolphins 17.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. He fields it at the 8. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. He'll look to throw here on first down. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
It's now second down.
You know, there's a rule that's pretty simple when you're running routes against zone coverage, Mike, and it's as simple as if you're open, stay open. Instead, you see the receiver here, he ends up running to a covered window, and it just clouds the vision of the quarterback. Instead of throwing into a wide open target, he's now forced to throw into a contested area.
Look wide, get this one complete, and he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle, gets him down behind the line.
The quick passing game in the NFL, Mike, is so dependent on yards after the catch. You got to generate space with the scheme, and then it's up to the receiver to do the rest. In this case, nice job defensively, because this guy couldn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
That is hard. A great connection Separation there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line.
First down.
A big play and a much-needed one as well. A pickup of 44 yards.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
They'll look to throw again. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
Brings up second.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
On second down, a run with Williams. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a first down.
First down.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. Third and short, fourth and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
On first down, right back to Williams. And despite a nice juke, we're going to get a yard to show for it. Second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And is caught. Fighting for the goal line. They're going to stop him just short, but he has picked up the first down.
First and goal at the 1 yard line.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
We're going to put a man in motion to the right. Williams will take this in for a Dolphins touchdown. And make it 3 touchdowns. Now, remember, he caught the one earlier. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And, Mike, this is what every offense is searching for out of the running back position. Can you impact the game equally on the ground as you can through the air? And that's exactly what this guy has done so far today.
A try here for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Dolphins will tie this game at 24. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. This taken in at the 8-yard line, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
First and 10.
The Chargers offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. And he was unguardable in the first half. You see the numbers as they try to add to those here in the third quarter. They'll look to throw. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today.
Back to the air once more on second down. Pass brought in by Chark. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
Now this time, he'll set up to throw. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
Contrary to what all of the fans at home think, I don't have rooting interest in any of these games. But as you know, when it comes to tight ends, there's no bigger fan than this guy right here. I want to see them be able to connect, especially on those big plays downfield.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Number 13. 5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Here now, 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
Oh, and they had a shot there, Mike. He just overthrows his man, and this just comes down to just continuing to get on the same page. This is a feel throw, a feel route. Just puts a little too much air on it, and he just can't quite run it down.
That is fielded at the 13. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Dolphins offense. And their running back set to go once more. Both these offenses have been in form. Is the defense going to show up? Can anybody come up with a stop? All tied here in this 3rd quarter, and it's 1st and 10. Right away and up to throw. He's going to air this one out, looking for Hill. And that is incomplete.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll go jet sweep and do it with Hill. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
A 2-yard loss.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
So back and forth they go as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Wow, an important one coming here. Tie game, late, and this is 3rd down. A tight end in motion now. Big play to begin this 4th quarter. They run on 3rd down. They get 15 on that game. Good for a Dolphins first down.
Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
That's a heck of a run right here, Mike. Tie game, 4th quarter. Everything's on the line. Can you win in the trenches? Can the threat of that run continue to balance off the pass? And that's a big gain there as they try to go take this lead.
To the air now on 1st and 10. That one knocked away, and it's incomplete.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. 17 yards on that play. First down, Miami.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front. Protecting the ball anytime you throw the ball in the middle of the field is obviously critical, right? That's where tip passes, that's where all sorts of stuff happens when you put the ball in harm's way. But you also have to protect your receivers. There's a bit of a trust back and forth with the receivers saying, hey, I'm willing to go across the middle and compete for the ball. But now you're my eyes. You have to protect me and make sure that the location of the ball doesn't run me into a big hit. And this is where the timing of these passing games, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. And in this case, it's a perfect example. He's open. He tries to lead his guy, just puts a little too much in front of him.
A dive and a catch. Incredible. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
You just love to see this effort, especially on 3rd down. You understand, you want to keep this possession alive. You have to do everything in your power sometimes to bail out your quarterback, and it's exactly what he does here, and it brings up a fresh set of downs.
They'll go with Williams. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
It's another run here for Williams. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
Hill brought in motion. Now they'll set up to throw. This is intercepted. And they will finally get him as he's brought down near the 40-yard line.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The Chargers offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. We're all even, 4th quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And a nice gain there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. Now we're going to get a stoppage. We have an injured Charger. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. From the 46, here's 2nd and a couple. Back to throw. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation. And instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity, but with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he'll get to the 48, and that's going to be good enough. It'll pick up a first down.
Just a good, solid run here on third down, tie game, fourth quarter. This is where you really need to be able to lean on that offensive line. They come through, and they're able to keep this drive alive.
They'll stay on the ground. And good, hard running there. He'll push his way forward, gain of about 5.
42-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Moving the tight end right. They'll stick with him again. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
A gain of a yard on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
The crowd making their presence felt. This is 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and this ends up being a wasted down.
The Chargers get set to kick it away. Important punt here in this tie game late. And this is going to work out just fine. Kick goes out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
Their own 5-yard line.
The Dolphins offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. The slot man in motion right. They'll start by going forward with a pop pass. And he'll be driven out of bounds, and that's a pickup of 8.
He's out of bounds at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Hill brought in motion. Here's a handoff to Williams. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. He'll try to run for it with Williams. Oh, he didn't need much, but I don't think he got there. Going to depend on the spot, but it looks like he is short.
That's really well done defensively, Mike. The key to these situations is you got to engage with the blocker, bottle it up, but then you have to get off the block, find the ball, bring them down. That's exactly what they do. No gain, 4th down.
Punt team headed out for the Dolphins as he's standing right around his own goal line. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
Complete to number 19. A A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Dolphins' 48-yard line.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looks like he might have gotten there early. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line. They'll pick up 23 on that one. And the Chargers have the first down.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
They'll go with a counter on first down. And he's able to push through the tacklers to pick up 6.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. The man in motion here is Chark. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's in! Touchdown, Chargers.
Touchdown.
Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the fourth quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
Kicker now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chargers will go up by 7.
Chargers 31. Dolphins 24.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Now return coming from the 7. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll send a tight end in motion. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. Ooh, some hitting going on now. He was rocked right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
So while they fail to connect on this one, I don't really blame him for continuing to give his guy a shot in tight coverage. When you have someone as special as he is, you can't only throw him the ball when he's open. It's just not going to be enough opportunities. There's not going to be enough volume. So every now and then, there is a calculated risk where even if it's not the ideal window or situation, you've got to give a guy like him as many chances at the ball as you can.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
First down. first and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the two needs to be fast, because you need every possession you can here late in the fourth quarter. Well, the defense gets a rare win. We've seen this ball carrier have his way on the ground pretty much all day today, Mike, and give credit to the defense. They were able to get back in the backfield with some penetration and bring them down for a loss.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
9 brings up 3rd and 2.
On the carry, it's Williams. Whoa! First down and more inside the 15. And he will not be quite able to stretch the ball out. They're going to mark him down after that huge run all the way to the 1. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 37 yards. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Now, first and goal. Tight end, the motion man to the right. And he's in. Touchdown, Dolphins.
All right, so Mike, now the interesting thing is, do you want to take the lead with still enough time for your opponent to get the ball back to go to try to win it? I think I'm kicking the extra point here, tie the game. I don't want my opponent in a fast 2-minute mode to try to win this game in regulation. Now I'm playing for overtime.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. Tie game. Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe run a 2-minute offense. And the kick's in the air. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense ready to take over possession of the football. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive that starts with first down. They'll run, and he's able to fight through one tackle here and pick up about 3. Second down coming up.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll drop to throw. Now he'll just pitch this one out there. And a good job rallying to the football, holding it just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
This crowd trying to be a factor, getting very loud now. It's 3rd and 5. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively. And it sets up 4th down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
This one, returnable. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Dolphins offense ready to take over once again. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, Williams. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
That's good.
Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. Get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one. Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining as we get to 1st and 10. Williams. And he's able to force his way through one man, but he can only muster about a yard on that play. Second down.
At the 43-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Hill brought in motion. Now, faking the give. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. Now Miami going to use the second of their timeouts. The clock will stop with an even 20 seconds to go.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
That's not the type of play that's going to end up on a lot of end-of-the-season highlight reels, Mike. But listen, sometimes those little check-down crossers produce some positive plays. Stay ahead of the chains.
Big play in the game right here. It's 3rd down. Send a man in motion right. Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. They get 20 on the connection. Good for a Dolphins first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Now, timeout called. Let's see, you're looking at a long field goal try from here, or this might be one final heave to the end zone. So now, out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This to win the game. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. So now, a big spot coming here. This one he's gotta have. This kick is good! And it's celebration time. A walk-off victory on the game's final play. So, fins up. It's a win for the Dolphins. They get themselves into field goal range for one final shot. Kicker delivers. They avoid overtime and come away with a 3-point victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins, home winners here as we say farewell from South Florida.